Hello, everyone. I am Faith Godbold from A Touch of Faith, and we are live in my kitchen tonight. So come on in. I am super excited to be here with you. I'm just getting in. So I can't wait to see who joins us today. As you come in, make sure you say something so I know you're here, whether you're watching us right now live or later on the replay. And I'm trying to get us pulled up on my other device. I'm not going to be able to see your comments in just a minute. So let's see if we can get signed in. I'm so excited to prepare a new recipe. So make sure you comment the word new if you're new to my page or new to my channel. If you've been here before, you know I love for you to comment your city and state. Let us know where you're watching from. And then, of course, I invite you to like and follow. And, of course, you can share us out. Let's get as many people on as we can. So let me see what's going on. I'm trying to enter the code. Y'all know how it is when you have to sign in. And if this doesn't work, y'all just use my phone. So how are y'all doing today, y'all? It is hot. I was not ready for this heat. Oh my goodness, I was not ready for this heat, but we're making it. And I went to the grocery store. My coworker was telling me about this recipe she tried, and she made it sound so good that I said, I can't wait to make it. So y'all come on in. Let me see if I can find my password here. Let's see. I'll try it again. I haven't used this one in a while. Do I hear my little cat? He's crying. He wants me to come feed him. He's going to eat in a little bit, though. All right, let me put on comments, y'all. I haven't put on comments. Hey, Aunt Flo, you made it. How are you? We're going to make something in the kitchen tonight as soon as I get this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I might get the other device in a minute. I need to charge my phone. That's why I didn't want to use it. But it is okay. So let me make sure the volume's turned down. I'm going to use this for now. So I'll go get that in just a minute. But come on in. How are y'all doing today? We are going to make some taco salad, a taco salad. This is a new recipe that I'm trying. So you all get to see me try it with you. And I haven't even put my bags up yet. So that's literally how fast I raced in. So y'all come on in. I'm doing well. Thank you. You ready to eat? All right, y'all come on in. So this recipe, I think, called for ground beef. And this was a recipe that she shared with me from Instagram. So I'm going to look at it in just a minute, but we're going to use some turkey burger. And I have the lean, so it's not going to have fat and stuff. So I'm just going to get a frying pan here. And then I will adjust the camera in just a minute. After I get this started, let me get the meat. Hello, Alicia, and welcome. Y'all come on in. I'm going to move my iPad out of the way because I'm not using it currently. That didn't quite work for me. So y'all come on in. Turn some more light on. So I'm just using the Butterball ground turkey. Have y'all had this before? I like the red one instead of the blue. I think the blue is like 93% lean, 15% fat. The other one is good too. I think the other one is 93. And I actually like both of them. Hey, Miss Valerie. So we're just going to open this. Let me see if I can turn my camera. There's Miss Valerie. How are y'all doing? All right, let's see if I can angle the camera down some. There we go. So I just turned the saucepan on, the frying pan there. And we're just going to open this. Just like so. And I bought two. I think it called for 400 grams of meat. So I want it to have enough. So we'll start with this first one and we'll see. We're going to add that second one. Because I want to have enough of this to last a couple of days for sure. This is usually what I use for my spaghetti. I use this. Hey, Mom. Mom made it. Hello. I like using this for my spaghetti. Also, whenever I have like hamburgers, if I make hamburgers, I like that. Let me get spoon here. I'm going to turn this down some. We're just going to let that start cooking up in our pan. Hello. Yeah, we're cooking today. So I think let's go ahead and just start with this one pan first. And then if we need to add more, we will. Okay. So let's just start with that one. Oh, I didn't even think about it like that, Auntie. Yeah, Taco Tuesday. I love it. All right. So while that is cooking, let me just grab some of the other ingredients we're going to need. We're going to need some taco seasoning. So I just picked this one by Taco Bell. They had several to choose from. So we're going to need some of that. And then it calls for tomatoes, diced tomatoes. So I got the pico de gallo. Have y'all had that before? It's like the tomatoes with the onions and cilantro already cut. And because that already has the onions, I technically won't need onions, but I did get onions anyway. And I did get cilantro. I probably won't need it, but we can still add it. And then let's see. You got to have some cheese. It called for, I want to say low-fat cheese, but I substituted and I said, let's get some taco blend. So we're making tacos, actually a taco salad, but you could turn it into tacos. And then for the salad part, it called for a head of lettuce. Y'all, I just grabbed shredded. I didn't feel like doing that. So we have our shredded lettuce. Now we're going to make our own dressing in just a bit. So we're going to need sour cream. We're also going to need, let me grab it. We're going to need a small avocado, and this might be the smallest that I have. Oh, you're having chicken Alfredo. Now that sounds good. Sounds yummy. This is cooking pretty fast. Look at there. So y'all, I'm just telling you the ingredients first, okay? But yeah, my coworker made it for dinner last night, and she brought some for lunch. She didn't get to eat it, but she was telling me about it, and she talked it up so much, and I was like, ooh, I think I could make that, and it sounded really quick. So we're going to see how really quick it is because we're going to make it on the live. All right, so let's just keep stirring that. Oh, you're in Texas. Well, welcome, Texas. Hello. Hello to Texas. All right, it calls for lime juice. So I did get a little lime. Hey, Miss Sarah, thank you for being here. So I did get a lime, but I think we might cheat, y'all. And I have the lime juice already in the fridge, so we might use that instead. I did get a red onion, but since my pico de gallo already has onion, we might save a step. So I think I'm going to save that onion for later. And it called for jalapeno pepper, thinly sliced. So let's lay all of that right there. So what do y'all think about the ingredients so far? Does it sound pretty simple? This is going to be a quick dinner. And I think once I prepare this meat, if I want to add that second batch, I can. And if you're interested in this recipe, comment the word taco. And after the live is over, I'll make sure I send you the recipe. If I get a chance, I'll send it to you during the live, but it'll probably be after the live since I didn't have a chance to have my automated system send that over to you. But look, y'all, this is cooking pretty fast. We're going to let that cook for just a few more minutes. Put this over here. So what else are y'all having? Anyone else cooking anything? I'm going to go back to my video real quick and look at it again. I think I have everything. Like I said, it was a really short recipe and easy. All right, let me go back to it because I want to make sure. And it's on Instagram right here. Look at it. Doesn't it look so good? That's what we're making, y'all. And when I tell you it's so fast, like literally you have to hit pause just to see. So it looks like he's putting the bed of lettuce down, the cooked meat, the tomatoes, the onions. Oh, I forgot I need corn. So we're going to need corn. So let's get some corn. I usually prefer my Southwest corn, but I don't think I have any of that right now because I last put it in my salad. So let me grab some corn. I think I have some already open because I throw this on my salad all the time. So let's see. And I want to go ahead and use this one up. So you have to drain your corn. Let me see if I can drain it here. I think this one's still good. So we're going to use that corn. And then we're going to top it all together. And I think I want to keep the hot food separate. That's how my colleague did it. Oh, you want me to send it to you, Miss Swats? I sure will. All right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and turn this down because, I mean, that went really fast. So we're going to get ready to make our sauce next because this part's going to be easy. Like adding all the toppings, that's going to be easy, right? So let me get my blender. All right. And I'm making sure I'm going to let it brown just a little bit more. So I'm going to add half the packet of the taco seasoning, which is good because I want to make some more. Let's go ahead and do that. But yeah, I missed you all. I've been like super busy with work. We have testing going on right now. You can see I'm still wearing my testing coordinator shirt. So I said, you know what, rather than not go live, let's go live from my kitchen today. So we are here, y'all. This smells so good. And I'm sure if you didn't have like a taco seasoning, you could just use the blend of what it has in it. So I see salt, garlic, chili, peppers, spice, onions, paprika. There's some sugar, So pretty much if you don't have this, just open your cabinet and you can probably put together your own seasoning. I even love cumin when I'm doing like Southwest and things like this. So you could easily add some of that in. In fact, after I taste it, I'll see if it needs anything else. Y'all know we'll have to do a taste test, right? I'm going to let that brown a little bit more. Then we'll taste it. All right, and then let's separate our ingredients. So these are going to be the things that we use to build the salad. So let me slide that over. And I at least want to get started with making it. With you, I need yogurt. It calls for plain yogurt, but we're going to use some vanilla yogurt, okay? Let me grab the yogurt. Can y'all hear that sizzling? Oh my goodness. And it smells so delicious. And I wasn't even thinking about today being Tuesday, y'all. So yeah, today is Taco Tuesday. All right, and I just want it to get just a little brown. Now you can spray your pan if you want. I usually just go ahead and cook it directly in my pan, but you can spray it if you want before doing this. Yeah, it is nice. Oh, so good. All right, let's taste it and see if it needs anything else. Y'all ready? I'm just going to taste a little bit. Let's see if I can raise the camera back for this. Let me pull you forward a little bit. All right, y'all, here it is. Are y'all ready for the taste test? This is the favorite part, right? When you're watching all the cooking shows. So let's see. Oh my goodness, that has such good flavor. And that's just that taco seasoning. So I think I am going to add, only because I mentioned it. And my mom got me started on this. Mom loves, my nephew Gavin started. I'm going to put a little bit of smoked paprika in it, Mom. And let's put a little bit of cumin. Let's do smoked paprika and cumin. You can get all these in your grocery store. This one's not open, so that means I must have another one. And I must really love smoked paprika because look, I have another one. I didn't know I have two. So let me see. Here's my other. Oh, there's some garlic. I'm looking for cumin though. Here it is. I like my little organizer. Y'all see that where you can pull out the seasonings? All right. Oh, we might put a little bit more garlic in it too. Hey, Miss Kathy is here. All right, let me angle y'all back down so you can see what I'm doing. So I grabbed the cumin. Move my computer, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. All right, so look, let's put some cumin in just to give it a little bit more flavor. It tastes good on its own, but I just want a little bit more. And since I saw the garlic, we're going to add some garlic. And Mom, I saw your basil just now looking at me. Mom loves basil. Look at there. Basil leaves. We love it. I mean, all the seasonings, right? All right, so let's put these back. I even have tarragon. I don't know what I bought that for. I don't know, Mom. Did you tell me about tarragon? I can't remember what I may have used it for. All right, let's stir that in. I've already turned the heat off. So we're going to put this in a nice dish right before we serve it. Right now, I'm just going to leave it on the stove. All right, I already used my spoon, so let me just dip one. I'm going to put it in my hand this time. It shouldn't be too hot. All right, let's taste it. Y'all ready? Oh my goodness, y'all. That is even better now. those seasonings together, it just set it off even more. Okay. So now that our meat is finished, let's find the lid for our pan. We're going to put a lid on it so it stays warm. And what we're going to do now is let's get ready to make our seasoning, our dressing. And I forgot to also say mayo. Let me see if I have mayo. Now, my coworker, she did not use the mayo. So let's just see if we're going to use it. She doesn't like mayo, but let's see. I don't even know if I have mayo because I haven't been using mayo. But let's see. Sandwich spread. I wonder, would that count as mayo? I know that's a little different. So we can either leave it out or try it. I might try a little bit since the recipe calls for it. So I don't see any mayo because I don't usually buy mayo. So I'm just going to try a little bit of sandwich spread. Okay. All right. So let me get my blender. This is my favorite blender of all time. Y'all see me talk about my blender when I make my smoothies. This is my Blendtec blender. So we're going to use that. All right. So let me pull my recipe back up. So it looks like we need some low-fat. It says low-fat Greek yogurt. And I'm using vanilla because that's what I have for my smoothies. And this must be, I don't know what kind of recipe, like who made the recipe, but everything is in grams. And y'all know we usually say cups. So let's see. Let me do a conversion here. It says 125 grams. So that is the equivalent. It's giving me all these different things. So I guess maybe let me say yogurt. Do y'all know how much it is? Because it's giving me all the things. So I had to put in that I was trying to convert 125 grams of yogurt because depending upon what you're using, if it's brown sugar, it might be a different answer, or all-purpose flour. So it says it's 1/2 cup. So that helps me know about how much. So let's get our 1/2 cup measuring. All right, so we need 1/2 cup, 1/2 cup of our yogurt. Okay, so let's see if we can kind of dip it and just scoop it in. I don't usually do this way. But there we go. 1/2 cup right here of our yogurt. One thing my mom always taught me is when I'm cooking, we like to keep our dishwater going. Mom, I didn't even start my dishwater. So I'll do that next. I was rushing trying to start the live, but I really want to start my dishwater. That's something my mom always that's how we've always done it. All right, so there's our yogurt. And then we need it says 1 tablespoon of low-fat mayonnaise. So we're going to alter that. I don't know if this is going to be the equivalent, but this is all I have, y'all. I don't have mayo. Might have packets of mayo, but it's not that serious to me. So let's use our tablespoon measure. All right, so we need 1 tablespoon I'm gonna do a little less just in case. All right, let's see what's next. 3 tablespoons of our low-fat sour cream. I didn't do low-fat, but we're going to make it work. Let's dry this off. Okay, so we need 3 tablespoons of this. What do y'all think about the dressing? All right, so we're going to do 3. We've done a cooking live in a while, y'all, because I think the last time may have been when I did smoothies. I know we've made a salad together. What else have we done? Y'all have to remind me. All right, so we did 3 tablespoons of that. And then let's see what else. It says 1/2 lime squeeze. So it doesn't really say how much juice. So let's just put some juice in. So lime juice. I'm just squeezing in some lime juice. And I did buy the real lime, but we're going to use this instead. I'm taking the easy route. Okay, so there's some lime juice. We can add more if we want to for taste. And then the last thing says 1/2 of a small avocado. So I'm guessing this is roughly a small, probably a little bit larger, but we're going to count it as small today. And I love avocado anyway on the side. So even if we don't use the whole thing, I'll put the rest in there on the side with the salad. All right, so this one is ripe. Let's use our spoon, and I'm just going to scoop it up. And I always use the side that doesn't have the seed first, because that's how you keep the other side fresh. All right, so there's our avocado. And if you ever, have y'all ever had at Chick-fil-A, the avocado, let's see, what is it called? The dressing? That's what this is reminding me of when I get the Southwest salad. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all, that's everything for the dressing. All right, so let's put all of this away. I wish y'all could smell my kitchen. It's smelling so good. What do y'all think so far? All right, and then I'll just use that cling wrap for the side of the avocado that I didn't use right now. And that will keep it fresh. Okay, so you just wrap it just like that. All right, so I'm going to put the lime back up. We'll use it later. Now I'm putting away the things that we just used. All right, so now this is probably the first time that I've actually made a dressing. So we're about to discover this together. All right, so let's see. Let's plug our blender in. Oh, you know what? I'm not done. It says 2 tablespoons of sweetener. Here I'm thinking I'm done. A bunch of cilantro. And then it says blend, and you can add water to adjust the thickness. All right. So let's do a little bit of sweetener. I like using the Truvia, which is like a natural sweetener. So it says 2 tablespoons of that. have some, I think, in the cabinet, the baking cabinet. But I usually just use the pack. Let me see if it's up here. I haven't seen that in a while. Might not have it. You know how it is when you haven't used something in a while? That might be from before. So we might be just using the pack. Oh, look at what I found. I forgot I had this. Look. So let's see. Let's check the date on it because I haven't used this, like I said, in a while. Yep, the date is still good. All right, so we can use that. Anyone else like the natural? Like the stevia sweetener? I just do that instead of the real sugar. Try to cut the calories where I can. So we need 2 teaspoons of this. And we may not need it because I'm using the vanilla yogurt, y'all. So let's just do a little bit. Let's not do the whole thing because I remember we altered our dressing. So let's just do 1. Pour it in like this. And then we'll pour it there. Just like that. And if we need a little bit more, we'll add a little bit more. That sound okay to y'all? I forgot. You know what? I'm going to put this on the baking side. That's why I couldn't find it because it wasn't where it needed to be. Let's put that there. All right. And then we need some cilantro. So here we go. Let's get some of that. And it should already be clean. I'm just going to rinse it. It says a bunch. I'm just going to do a handful. I'm glad I picked that up after all. Just like that. Look at that. Let's rinse it off. Smells so good. If you've ever had like salsa, you're probably smelling that. So let's go ahead and drop this in. And let me know if y'all are still there. I don't see the comments moving, so I want to make sure I'm not missing any comments. Might just be my screen. All right, so we're going to put the top on our blender. And then, let's see, y'all. There is a button that says dressing. It actually says sauces, dips, dressings, and batters. So that's why I love this blender. Hey, brother, how are you? I'll have to catch your live from later, or from earlier later. I saw it. I am cooking, not Reese, though. All right, so let's go ahead and blend it. I don't know how loud this is going to be, but we're going to blend it up, and let's see what kind of dressing this makes. All right. Yay, Miss Kathy is still here. Okay, here we go. All right, it is done. Could y'all hear that blender at all? Let me know that. All right, I'm going to take the top off. Let's see how it tastes first. And remember, it said based on consistency. So right now, see, it's a little thick. So if I want, I can add some water, it says. I'm going to taste it just to see what that might taste like. Did I get rid of my spoon? I think I did. Let me get another spoon, y'all. I don't know what I did with my spoon. All right, I have another spoon. Are y'all ready to see how it tastes? All right, so I'm going to scoop it in. Let's do a little bit. So it has a beautiful green color. Let's raise our camera back again. We're going to see how it tastes. Look at there. It's got a little bit. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. Oh my goodness. I can taste. Okay, so the yogurt, the sweet is coming from the yogurt too because I did the vanilla. I instantly taste the cilantro. I don't taste the mayonnaise or sandwich spread I used. Don't taste the sour cream either, but I'm sure it's in there, of course. Wow, that is pretty good. So I'm going to look back at this video again real fast. His is more creamy with the dressing, and then he tossed it in. So let's add a little bit of water. So we're going to add just a little bit of water to it, just so it can get the consistency that we need. Okay, let's put a little bit of water. Yeah, we're making a dressing for our taco salad. It's pretty good. So, a bit of water. I just filled up a little bit. Let me put it in. And let's just see what that does. Let's put our top back on. Do y'all remember when we used to have our family vacations, y'all? I would take this blender. My family will tell you, I used to make us smoothies. Who remembers that, Mom? Tim, you remember that? All right, we're going to blend it for just a little. I'm just going to pulse it this time. All right, let's see if it's a little thinner now. Oh, yeah. Look at the consistency now. Can y'all see it? Isn't that so much better? So that's going to be our dressing. I hope y'all can see that. And look at the beautiful green from that cilantro. And all I had to do was just whip it in there, hit that blend button. All right, so y'all, here's what I'm going to do. Let me get my cutting, I was about to say cutting mat, chopping board. I'm thinking about the studio. Now that was funny. All right, so let me find a container, and then I'm going to put that together because I really want to put it in something that I can easily pour out. So let me see if I have something over here. I'm going to put it in my Pyrex now and cover it so I can clean my blender. And then we'll get all of our vegetables cut. Then dinner will be ready, and I'll have to take a picture of how it's going to look. Hopefully, hubby will be home soon. All right, so we're going to pour. Look at this. We're going to pour our homemade dressing. Y'all, this is the first time I ever made a homemade dressing. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Look at it. Oh, my goodness. I mean, it is so creamy. Looks good. And if I want to change the consistency some, I can add a little bit more water. If you want it more thick, or if you want it less, you can add your water. All right, we're going to scrape the rest of that. I don't want to leave any of the dressing behind. So I usually like to let it settle a little bit, and then I'll pour it some more. Just like so. I'm trying to hold it so y'all can see. Get every little bit of that dressing out. So I think Mr. Touch of Faith is going to be shocked when he sees I made this, because normally I just do really quick dinners for us. Let's go ahead and rinse this. Let's cover this. And this is my press and seal that I love to use. Just kind of cover it, put it in the fridge until we're ready to serve it. One thing about the Blendtec blender is you don't want to get the base wet. When I wash it upright in the sink. I learned that early on with cleaning it. I'm just going to go ahead and spray some of my Dawn Power Wash and let it start loosening that up. All right, let's pop this in the fridge. Yes, I know, right? So we're going to start partially building it, Tim. We're going to build it a little bit. And I feel a bowl coming on. I can see it like in a bowl. It's going to be really good. Oh, and I forgot to show you. Let me show you what else I got. My colleague, she was going to put some like chips in hers, kind of like the corn chips. And I found these. Look, I didn't know they had this Mi Tierra. They had different flavors. So I think what I'm going to do is put this on the side of it. Won't that be good? And we can dip it or put the chips in the salad and kind of have it like you would croutons. So this is Mi Tierra. And we actually have a Mexican restaurant here in Florence called Mi Tierra, but this is a hint of lime. They also had a pico de gallo flavor, and I forget the other one, but we're going to add this too. Okay, so let's get our veggies. Let's get our veggies together. Let's use our smaller cutting board here. Yeah, the scoops, I saw those too. Yeah, you're right. Only reason I didn't get those is because I was thinking I didn't want to scoop it. But yep, you could. And you know what? Y'all tell me, do they make a larger one where it would be like a taco bowl? I wish they had a really large scoop like the bowl, because I would love to make like a taco salad. Like, you know how you buy it at the restaurant like that? You know what I'm talking about? That's what I was really looking for. But I did not see that. All right, so we need diced red onions. Yeah, not that I know of either. So y'all, what I did instead of having to cut my own onion and tomato, we're going to use the pico de gallo. Okay, so that's going to take care of that for us. And then we need corn. We're going to need to strain the corn. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. Take our top off. And this corn is so good. Oh, it's so good. So I'm just going to use this to strain it. And then I may open up another corn because this was left over. At least our corn is now strained. So there we have it. Our corn is ready. Okay. And let's see what else. Oh, yeah, it does. It makes it easy, even the cilantro, right? All right, it says thinly sliced jalapeno. So let's do that. We already have our lettuce. And you know, I'm going to be ready to eat after I do all this. All right, so I'm just going to cut it nice and thin. Let me see if I can come over here so y'all can see. You might not be able to see. If I put it right there, you can see what I'm doing. Let me move this out of the way. And let me wipe this. All right, here we go. We're just going to cut it nice and thin. And just going really slow. I do have slicers and all that, y'all, but I'm not going to pull that out for this. So who's made tacos before? Anyone? Taco Tuesday, and I didn't even plan it. How about that? That one wasn't too thin, but it's okay. Yes, I've been super busy. Saturday, I spent some time working in my office trying to get caught up on some custom orders. If you haven't heard back from me yet, just know I'm still working on your orders. I've been shipping out orders to Etsy, all the things. Working on some grab shirts for a customer, good friend. All right, so let's put those in something. I love these little dishes like this. Have y'all seen these before? So we're going to just scoop that in there. You can also just put it in a bowl. I love it. Make it look decorative, right? Okay, so look at there. We have all of our little thinly sliced jalapenos. Oh, your daughter's doing tacos tonight. How about that? All right, so we have these two things ready to go. We have our salad, which we're basing it with our shredded lettuce, but you could easily buy the head of lettuce if you want. You could even use salad mix, y'all. So if you don't have lettuce, but you have salad mix, you could do that. And then it called for low-fat shredded cheese, but I opted for the taco blend. And so all that's left to do is we're literally going to plate it. So let's see. Let me put this stuff away first. We have taco seasoning left. Put that there. And I think I'm going to need more corn probably. We'll get some more corn. Yep. So here's what I'm going to do, y'all, because if I plate it now, hey, Donzel, I know, right? Welcome back. If I plate it now, I'm going to be ready to eat it. And I'm trying to wait for Mr. Touch of Faith. So what I'll do is when I get ready to make the actual salad is I'll come back. I'll just record a video. I won't do it as a live video, but I'll come back and record. How's that sound? All right, I'm trying to angle the camera back. Hold on. Let me turn it. There we go. So y'all can still see. All right, does that sound like a plan? So we have our sauce that we made, which is our dressing. It's called a cilantro sour cream dressing. We actually made it homemade. We have our ground turkey burger right there. That's going to be plated on the lettuce. And then I showed you all of the other ingredients, y'all. So I'm so excited. It probably would not take long at all. I, of course, did it on a live, so that took a little bit longer. But if you are interested in this recipe, comment the word taco salad, and I will send it over to you. We're making taco salad, Donzel, a recipe that my colleague gave me today at work. She was talking about it so that I was like, ooh, I want to make it. She made it sound so good, and it was so easy. So that is what we're going to have for dinner, and I will come back. I'll post a video. If I don't post it right away, I will record it, and then you can see it all come together. But I am super excited about this dinner. And I added, don't forget, let me show you what I added. We're going to put some of these in ours. So I found the Mi Tierra hint of lime, the chips. They're like the tortilla strips. You could add, like my brother was saying, the little scoops. If you want to do that, you can get just the regular like triangle chips, whatever you want. All right, but this is going to be our dinner for tonight. So I can't wait to tell you how it tastes, and hopefully I'll do a taste test. We're about to do the subscriber count. Donzell didn't let me forget. Thank you. All right, so let's go check and see real quick. And I hope you enjoyed this. We did something a little different. So I said, you know what? Because otherwise I wouldn't be able to go live because literally I just gotten home. So I said, you know what? Let's just do our dinner tonight. And you get a touch of faith in the kitchen. All right, so let's see. We are checking our stats for today. And don't forget, we are still growing our channel. We're working on that 2,000 subscribers. Thank you for the drum roll. Right now, we're working on 1,200 subscribers. That's our next goal towards 2,000. So let's see how many subscribers we now have over on YouTube. Oh, wow. Look at there, everyone. As of today, we have 1,155 subscribers. Y'all, can we clap? That is amazing. Thank you so much for your support. And I appreciate you all being here. You are truly the best, and I can't do it without you. So thank you for being just the best part of A Touch of Faith. I'm so honored and thrilled to have each and every one of you. And we celebrate this success together. So it's not me, but it's we. So thank you for your support. All right. What else do we have before we head out, y'all? Hopefully we'll be back in the studio. Let's see. Saturday, Creative Circle. I still owe you a video. My days right now have been really full, working overtime at work due to our testing season. That's my shirt that I have on because I'm a school test coordinator. I'm one of them. So I will get that video out as soon as I can. So thank you for your patience. We celebrated my mom Sunday. We had an appreciation service for her at church. So I was not able to do the Creative Circle live. So we'll have a recorded video coming up soon. And then we should meet for a live class this Sunday. All right. Anything else before we head out? Let me check the comments. So, you know, brother, I haven't been doing dessert. I don't know if I told you that. My brother's asking any dessert. I haven't had dessert since March. All of April. And what is this? This is May. Almost 2 months now. I haven't had any dessert. I've been making a conscious effort to do better with my eating, choosing to eat healthier foods, and just really, I think, get back on track is the best way I can describe it. So I have been fasting some, and whatever I eat, I've been making it a point to put good foods in my body. The only thing I will say that I've made as far as sweets, or I shouldn't even say sweets, dessert is concerned, is I have an apple every day. So I don't know if that counts as my dessert, but maybe that can be. But I've been really doing my plexus. Right now, I'm doing the Slim Hunger Control, which really helps with the food noise. I don't know if any of you all have ever experienced that, but I used to at night, I would sit on the couch and it was almost like something was talking in my head saying, eat ice cream. You need ice cream. And I was telling some of you this before. Now I don't have that. And I think it's because of some of these things, these natural products that I'm actually taking. And I've added in Restore along with that in my drink. And that's all about getting rid of the fat that's attached to our liver and all the external toxins that can get into our system. So I'm doing those two things along with something called Balance, which helps basically balance out carbohydrates and sugars when you eat those. And I take these capsules with my largest meal, which is usually dinner. It helps literally balance it out. So in my mind, the way I think of it, instead of those things having a negative effect, it's being released in my body in a way that's better for me. So yeah, so I have lots of things. If you're interested, comment the word plexus. I'd love to tell you all about the rest of the products that I'm trying, but they're all natural. And I started trying them, I think last year in about November, and I did not keep up with it enough to be able to say, oh yeah, it's helping me. And once I made up my mind, I was like, you know what? I paid for this. Let me give this a try. And so I'm really seeing a difference. And not that I'm trying to lose weight per se. I mean, that's going to be a part of course, doing better with your health, as Donzel says. Thank you, Donzel. But I have actually lost 12 pounds. I noticed that. So I was like, whoa, I wasn't, counting on that part. So, hey, I'll take it. But yeah, so if you're interested, just comment the word plexus. You can comment the word health if you can't spell plexus, and I'll be glad to just send you over some more information on that. All right, let's see what else. What else are y'all looking forward to? It is almost Memorial Day, y'all. 3 more work days, and I'll be out for a break, and I need it. So I'm looking forward to it. And then I think we have roughly, let me look at the calendar. I don't want to misspeak on it. Let me see if I can pull the calendar. This calendar looks different, so I'm not used to this calendar. I've never opened this calendar on here. All right, so then 3 more work days till Memorial Day, 7 more work days until students' last day. And I think it's 10 more work days or something until teachers' last day. So basically, what am I saying? School's almost out for the summer, and I'm looking forward to it because it's been a long year. It's been a great year, but you can tell when it's time for a break. Our students have been testing since last Monday, and we took 3 tests last week. And then this week, today made 2 days of testing. We have 1 more day. Our 4th graders have our science test, and then we'll be finished. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, y'all have anything else before we head out? Thank you for hanging out with me. And if you're watching on the replay, go ahead and comment. Let me know you're still here. I appreciate each and every one of you just taking time out of your day because you don't have to be here. So I appreciate you all so very much. Yeah, antsy for sure. And usually after testing is done, that's when you know they're going to start getting antsy. So, yep. And we have all the things to do to help teachers close out. So it's a busy time. So again, to all of you, thank you for your patience. If you don't see me on a live, do know that I'm working in the background or I'm resting, because sometimes after a long day, especially if I'm working longer hours, sometimes I realize, okay, Faith, you just need to come home and rest. So I'm trying to do better with that. So I appreciate you all understanding and your support. All right. Did I leave out anything? I think that's it. Let me check the comments one more time. And you know what? I guess I was so excited to go live today. I didn't even do my intro or anything. I just literally jumped on the live. All right, y'all. So yes, we do. Everyone needs a break. That's right. Okay, well, I think that's it. So don't forget, y'all, as I always say, go out and look for something good, because guess what? When you find that something good, you know you have found God. And remember, God's got me, God's got you, and we've got this. Have a great rest of your night, and stay tuned. I will show you what that final taco salad looks like. You all have a wonderful, blessed night, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye, everyone.